Hey y'all, it's Ember May, author of the 10-book series of Veronica Swift Mysteries, and we're back at Ember's Cozy Corner. And I am in the middle of writing, so it is Camp Nano, and I am trying to write 5 screenplays this month, basically as the outlines to my next 5 books in the series that I'm working on, which I mentioned last week, is the Serena Cruz Mysteries. And I'm just hopping on here to kind of give you guys the goals for the month and where I'm at, which is I am exhausted at this point in my day. I don't know why. I'm super tired today. But I have written 5 pages, not nearly as many pages as I need to, but it's always slow going when I first start a new series because I'm learning the characters and the world and everything. So even though it's like related to a world in which I used to live, it's still, I'm learning about those characters and their relationship with those places. So it's a lot. Luckily I'm doing it in a screenplay format, which helps me take like a little step back from the emotions that my characters are feeling, because when I'm writing in first person I feel them very deeply, and which is part of why my characters are so good, which I think they are. But yeah, so I'm working on that, and it's July 2nd. I did not do anything on July 1st, as far as like vlogging, because I was doing other things to try and make my week go better. Mondays typically is like, we have a massive load of just tiny tasks that we're trying to get done, so that for the rest of the week we can focus on the main project that we want to work on, which in this case is the Serena Cruz Mysteries. So that's what I did yesterday. I did like social media scheduling and a bunch of stuff in the Discord for deactivated authors, and just some like other little things that needed to be done. So today I have written 5 pages. So I started at page 18 and I'm now on page 23. I'm kind of just procrastinating at this point because I'm letting the next scene kind of unfold. It may have to wait till tomorrow because, like I mentioned, I'm tired. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna wait until tomorrow. But I am excited about what's going on. Dahlia is now in the story. They went to the fudge shop because Serena was in desperate need of fudge. So they did get to talk to Dahlia. Dahlia mentioned Ronnie. Ronnie is there. She just wasn't at the shop at the time, but they will run into her later because, trust me, Gabby and Serena are going to need more fudge. They're in for a long haul. So, yeah. And I had a little bit of an epiphany over the weekend where we fixed some of the buy-in for the main character, I guess. Basically, she wouldn't just accept the massive role that I'm asking her to accept without like a contingency or like a trial period. So that's what came into play is basically I figured out the timeline, and then that helps me to decide like how much of the relationship that we're going to explore between Serena and Rem, who is her new ward, and like how the big sister little sister relationship is now going to translate into like a mother-daughter relationship instead, because as much as like older siblings sometimes feel like they raise their younger siblings, typically there was still some parenting sides to things that they didn't have to deal with, like discipline, was something that I'm sure most parents dealt with and siblings did not. So, I think that's probably going to be some of the things that come up. Also, just the innate worry about this other person that is outside of you. Then, like, yeah, being paranoid that something's going to happen to them, and all of that stuff is now going to be even worse for Serena. She already had a level of that as the big sister character, but I'm sure it'll get worse. And so yeah, it's fun. They went to the fudge shop, and then they went to this old beach place that my Aunt Karen took me and my sister when we would visit her in Newport. And it's really nice to be able to use places that I visited when I was growing up as a backdrop to a story, because the Ronnie stuff was all just me making it up. I didn't have any clue about Vermont, really. I've never visited Vermont. I've always wanted to because it looks beautiful, but I have not actually visited. And so I was kind of basing it on my experiences of Western Maryland, which is where most of my family's from. So yeah, it's really nice to like have a reference spot, even if it's from years ago now, because it was like 15 years ago when I was there. So yeah, it's been a while since I've been to Newport. I was 15 years old the last time I visited Newport, which has been, it's not 15 years yet, but it's getting close, man. It's getting real close. So I think that's all I'm going to talk to you guys about right now. I can hear myself starting to ramble, which means I'm really, really tired. And we may not get me to shut up. So I will see you guys the next time I work, which will probably be tomorrow. So until then, have a lovely night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello. It has been many days since the first little intro bit. I am currently on page 33 of the first screenplay. We are trying to see, I don't know if I'm gonna hit my goal of hitting all 5 screenplays, but it is gonna go slower because it's the first one of me trying to find the like character voices and everything. So, and I kind of have to figure out who has what information to share with people. So I did change who was gonna die in this first book, because I had someone in mind when it was Dahlia, and I need to create an antagonistic relationship between Serena and this person before I kill her off. So I want the reader to feel the antagonistic relationship before she dies. So we have switched who dies, and like the people that are suspects really paint a very good overall nice picture together. I really like it. And I know what he knows that he's gonna tell Serena before he dies. So all of that is really good information to have. It also makes sense for him to tell her some of the basics before she starts building more and more clues, or like gathering more and more clues from other people. So yeah, I've made some good progress. It's just I'm on page 33 and no one has died yet. I mean, no one that like is going to have the mystery solved this book. That hasn't happened yet. The murder hasn't happened yet. She hasn't even officially made the decision yet. So we're still working. Which either means this book is going to be way longer than I expect it to, or it's going to be about the average, but it's just going to be more heavily weighted towards personal and character growth in this first book rather than the like plot of the cozy mystery, which is typically what takes up most like majority of the books that I've written for Ronnie is like the mysteries with a touch of her friends and family situations thrown in. But yeah, they were kind of separate things. They weren't always interlaced, and this is going to be very interlaced. And it's challenging me as a writer, which means it's naturally going to take longer, which is fine. We like to be challenged. So, I am going to go hop on for another 13 minutes and write some more words. But I wanted to check in because I checked in on the 2nd, and it is now the 6th of July. So, we'll see if I can keep it together enough to check in, like, one more time before I try to post this. We'll see. Alright, I'll see you guys at the next check-in, or you'll see my lovely face in editing. Who knows?
Hello, and we are outside because inside is hot and is making me look super pale. Anyway, I wanted to jump on here and let you guys know that if you watched those 2 clips before this one, I wasn't really feeling the 5 uh, scripts this month goal. Part of that is because, so like, I'm used to making big goals like that to switch my hyper focus on, and but when I do the hyper focus, then I drop everything else. And right now I cannot drop everything else. I have a Kickstarter that I'm trying to get off the ground, that's gonna start running in September, and so there's some things that I want to make sure I do better this time that I didn't do last time, and that requires my brain to be working on those things. I've also started working on getting an Etsy shop up and going, so that's requiring brain work. I'm trying to keep up with my social media and these videos, so it's just like I don't have the brain space to drop everything and write. I can't go, it would basically be counterintuitive to drop everything I'm doing and um, just write for this month. So I have dropped my goal from the five screenplays to writing 5 minutes a day. And that's enough for my brain to feel happy. We can jump on, stare at the page for 5 minutes if that's all we want to do. I can still check off that I've been in the manuscript for the day, and then move on to the other tasks that I have to do. I also ended up with, we did the writing retreat over that weekend. I got a lot of pages done. I think the last I updated, I was at like 34 pages. I've now hit like 44 or 45 pages in the manuscript, so I wrote like 10 pages over the weekend, that weekend, which was pretty good. Um, and we're about to get to the part where the dude is murdered. I still haven't gotten there yet. Because I was down for a week with, um, and I still have it, really bad headache. And uh, so I did what I was supposed to do. I took time off. I was in bed by 7 most nights. Been taking care of it. It's just not going away, and that's super frustrating because by the end of the day, my brain is like, we're done. We're not gonna do anything else. You've spent the whole day making sure that your family is fed and you've done your chores and the other things that you need to do for living. But we're not gonna work on the computer. You're gonna lay down and listen to D&D, and then you're gonna go to sleep, which is basically all I did last week. So I am feeling mildly better. I'm finally taking the decongestants my mom was telling me I should be taking. I really don't like taking them because of the other effects that they have, and it doesn't really feel like they do very much, but I have seen a noticeable difference since I started taking them. So I'm taking those hopefully will kick this soon. Um, it's at least not a constant pain in my head anymore. So before it was like a throbbing that wouldn't go away. And now it just ebbs and flows with however long ago I took my pain meds. So, as long as I'm on top of that, we're okay. There's still a mild ache, but back to what my mom was mentioning is headaches happen when your brain is swollen. And so if the swelling has been active, like if my brain has been actively swollen for the past week, it's gonna have some bruising because it's been in pain. So, um, yeah, I'm taking care of that. Dropped my goal down. So the next video you're gonna see from me is the next. It's gonna be a Kickstarter update about what I'm looking at doing for this next Kickstarter because I am super excited about it. I may not sound like it right now because I'm very tired, but I am super excited about it. I'm really excited about the things that I'm going to be offering for everybody to get a chance to be part of, which is exciting for me. I really like offering fun experiences for people to be a part of. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching this sad excuse for a vlog. Okay, have a great day.